Startup. We all are familiar with this word, and it says a lot about big dreams and portrays one step towards success of an avid thinker, a smart planner, and a go-getter. This one word has given a lot to the world in last few years in terms of new hopes and breaking the orthodox and routine. Well, success is a fruit and it comes with a lot of hard work, pain, and persistent efforts. No one can deny the fact that for most of the successful startups, there have been many unsuccessful ventures. In this video, we are going to talk about startups and their challenges. It is good to know the challenges, and even better when you have answers to those questions. We will discuss challenges and their solutions for startups. Please watch this video till the end, as we are covering almost all the topics that are relevant for startups, and hopefully you will have an answer in few minutes to all of your questions. We have also tried to give you the best possible priority order, but a few things may change depending on your business and its strategy for future. In our video, we'll be covering 10 key challenges and their best solutions for startups. We can summarize 10 challenges as ideation and plan, business structure, finance and legal compliances, marketing, building the right team, business place, helping hands, we can call it as like co-founders, CXO, CTO, sustain versus growth dilemma, which is the biggest challenge for startups, investment opportunities, and obviously the brand building. The first and the foremost is ideation and plan. So now you have an idea which might sound great to you as it is your own baby, but you should move out of the ideation phase quick and do a feasibility study. Data has shown that there are more than 50% of the ideas that never go to the feasibility phase. You should look for companies which are in similar market and doing same or related activities. It is very important to analyze the competitors before you think of entering the market. If your idea is unique, then it's always better to engage a research agency that will do some basic analysis for you. If you think you're not good with numbers or planning, then speak to mentors or join startup groups, or even you can engage with the professional. Remember that it's a journey and every step counts. So you have to take all the steps with equal caution and wisdom. Second is the business structure. Once the ideation phase is over and feasibility is done, you need to form a business structure for your idea. We have covered all the business structures in our another video. The link has been provided in the comment section, but just to give you a recap, you can form a proprietorship firm, partnership firm, a private limited company, a limited liability partnership, which we say LLP, or even a public limited company. Next is finance and legal compliances. So once your business structure is finalized, you need to get a list of legal and statutory compliances applicable for your business. It would be a disaster if you start a business and then get a legal notice from any department. It would not only push your morale down, but might result in penalties and punishment. For example, if you decide to open a food chain, that food license is mandatory for you. If you start the business without license, it is illegal and it would have its own consequences. So we are approached by many startups and they insist on starting with minimum compliances. But our advice is to be compliant in first place and start strong. You have to adhere to GST and income tax laws, which would mean timely payment of taxes and returns to the government of India. And trust me, non-compliance is not pleasant at all. You would also need a few contracts at the start, as you would need to get into contracts with vendors, customers, employees, and so on. So the idea is to identify all the compliances in first place and then engaging with the right professionals. If you can find everything under one umbrella, then it's simply awesome. Also, do not forget that if your idea is unique, then you should get it patent or trademark so that no one else can copy that idea. You have a product or service which is of excellent quality and you are sure it would win the customers, but you're not marketing. In this era, it is not going to help you at all. There are n number of marketing techniques. You have to pick it in the right manner according to your business model. You need to select as per your target audience, if it is local or global. You can select offline or digital mode as per your requirements. These days, even if audience is local, businesses prefer digital mode. If you plan to have customers pan-India, then local marketing won't give you results. You have to opt for digital marketing, which can include paid or organic techniques. You can adopt email marketing, text messages, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Quora, LinkedIn, and the list goes on. An important point to remember is that it might appear expensive in first place, but eventually it will give you a market and even out in the longer run. If you have a budget constraint, then simply join a few groups on WhatsApp or other social platforms and market your product. Remember, no one sees you, then no one knows you. Stay tuned till the end of this video and we'll share useful details around building team, investors, sustainability versus growth and much more. Next is building team. So building a team is very easy, but building a right team is really tough and all the more very important. We all understand the importance of team and know it well that results cannot be achieved if you do not have a team which is not well aligned to your goals. The challenge is you have an idea that needs a person from technology side, or say you need a few people on the field, or you need a few developers. Every member you are going to hire in the initial phases is very important for your business. You might not be able to offer them the best in class salary, but they should be able to understand your vision and live by it. We all know the story of Alibaba receptionist who later on became one of the company's top executives. So it can be a time-consuming exercise for you as well in the first place and might appear to be an expensive affair, but do not compromise on this one. There are fairly few economical options like Indeed. Also, you can display your posts on LinkedIn and Facebook for free. If you are there to hire professionals, then LinkedIn can be a great source for you and it is very economical. You have to understand that if you hire an intelligent resource who is more keen for a MNC kind of setup, then he or she might leave you just in a couple of months and you have to start again. It is time consuming and also pushes you backward. So right team is pertinent to your success. Next is business place. This can be tricky in itself as we all wish to start big. Do not forget that giants like Google and Amazon started very small in a garage. We are fortunate in a way that we have co-working spaces which are a paradise for startups. They would provide you all kind of MNC facilities at economical prices. Moreover, you get to meet like-minded people that keeps the motivation levels high, and you can even get businesses in some cases. Do not be disheartened if you are from a small place. You can still explore working from a small apartment or home, and you can expand later on. You can still hire a team in metro cities and keep living yourself in a small city. There are a lot of freelancers or work from home arrangement is preferred by many people these days. Remember, it's the size of the dream and not the size of the office which matters. Next is helping hands. Once everything is sorted and you feel business has started to pour in and you need trustworthy helping hands, it's the time to bring in minds to the table. You might be an expert in a particular area, but the nature of business is such that an expert is required in another area. This might be the best time to rope in a co-founder, or you may call it by any other name, say CTO, CFO, CXO, or co-founder, or any other name you prefer. In a small setup, we have to remember that everyone has a role to play, and very often there is overlapping, which is very natural. This person should be someone who is aligned to goals, like-minded, and should be joining you with a vision in mind. Do remember to get into formal agreement with any co-founder to avoid any situation later on. Next is the sustainability versus growth dilemma, and this is the biggest dilemma for any kind of business. So you have started doing good, and after months or say even years of hard work, you are able to generate some profits. Now the question that comes to your mind, whether you want to live with those profits or you want to give away those profits and again incur additional costs to expand further. The results might go in either direction. What I would suggest is to have your cash flows carefully carved out considering the market situations. I strongly recommend to engage with a professional, as the person can consider external market forces in preparing a plan for you and thereby guide you in the right direction. Obviously, you should speak to your mentors and look for competitors' data as well. A right step taken at the right time will give you the right results. Next is the point which is very close to the hearts of all the startups. It's around investment. So once you have decided to grow, we all want to grow, then the question comes, how? You might be bootstrapped at the moment and living on self funds or some money roped in by co-founders. It's a good option at the start, but definitely not a sustainable approach. If your business has prospects, then look for investment opportunities with angel investors, seed funding, crowdfunding, venture capitalists, or some other medium. or the government is very focused these days, and you can go for MSME loan, or you can register yourself with the Startup India scheme, or if your track record is really good, you can go for a bank loan. So we'll explain these concepts in more detail. So first is seed funding. So this is primarily the first round of funding that might be done through VCs or angels or even families and friends. It is done on the basis of your idea, the team of founders, and the market opportunity you have. Next is again angel funding, and it is mostly done by experienced individuals, and they invest in their personal capacity. They might be investing alone, or they might be investing through a group of people. Next is venture capitalists. Venture capital is like a form of private equity financing, and it is done by venture capital firms, and it is done for startups, early stage startups, and some emerging companies. Crowdfunding is a practice of funding a project or venture, typically through internet, by raising small amounts of money from a large number of people. Equity crowdfunding is illegal in India and is considered unauthorized, unregulated, and illegal by SEBI. So SEBI is Securities and Exchange Board of India. Incubators and accelerators. Incubators are like your parents, and they are parents to the child, and they teach you how to walk. Accelerators pitch in when the job of the incubators is done, and they'll guide you through the growth plan. We have a name of few renowned angel investors, VC, incubators, accelerators, and that has been provided in the comment section below. You have to remember that government is very supportive, and government support can be sought through MSME loan, or you can go for a Startup India scheme, or if your track record is good, you can go for bank loan. Last but not the least is brand building. So I'm covering brand building at the end, but it doesn't mean that this is the last step. It is a continuous exercise which has to be followed throughout your journey. If you are not compliant with laws, then notices or news in media might get you unwanted publicity, and this is not what you are looking for. The best part is, if you are growing and you have investors, you may consider engaging an agency who will take care of your brand and guide you in the right direction. If you are in the nascent phases, then remember to take all the steps mentioned above, and you'll realize soon that you are a brand which is well known in the market, with a good customer base or client base and an ocean of opportunities at your doorstep. Hopefully this has provided you some insights into the challenges and solutions for your startup and will help you in your journey ahead. If you like the information and video, then do subscribe to our channel and press the like and notification button. It will help you to be updated with all such relevant topics coming in future. If there are any questions, then please write in the comment box below, or send us email at helpdesk@stayfirst.com, or even you can call us at the numbers provided. We would love to hear from you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.